Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. My name is PopeJohnPaul and we're here with another NTW3 historical battle for you today. And we have the Battle of Znaim here, which is a battle between the French and the Austrians. We already have a bit of a cavalry fight going on here, as we have French cavalry being routed by the superior Austrian cav here. We actually have some carabiniers here that are going to come forward as well, it seems, but they have been since turned around and gone back. But yes, the Battle of Znaim is 1418-09, and it's an interesting one, that is for sure, because this battle comes about because it's of the supposed armistice that was going to happen between the Austrians and the French. And we have some Chevaliers here of Hesse chasing some, it looks like some Austrian lancers down. But yes, there was supposed to be an armistice after the Battle of Wagram between the two sides, but Marmont and Massena decided basically not to negotiate and instead to attack a much superior Austrian army, and they had about 30,000 men against 47,000 men, and it ended anyway in an unconclusive battle. No one really gained any objectives or anything of note. We have some carabiniers here coming in as well from Massena, so he's going to keep chasing them. Now, we've got some good cav here today from the French. But yeah, so the French, basically, all they achieved was inflicting about 5,000 casualties on the Austrians, and the Austrians inflicted about 3,000 on the French. So, yeah, really kind of an inconclusive battle. Which is quite interesting that they were supposed to have a ceasefire, and instead the French were like, no, we shall fight. We shall kill as many Austrians as we can, as the French actually get routed here, and they were the ones chasing the Austrians. But yes, if you're enjoying NTW3 historical battles and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment to show your support. And let's see if we're going to see a change in history. I guess we're going to see more than 3,000 casualties and 5,000 casualties for the French today. I've been told that this one comes down to the very last few units, so I'm expecting lots of casualties, that is for sure. But yeah, we have two Massena corps and we have two Marmont corps. They are obviously the two main commanders here in this battle, so it makes sense to have them here for the French. But yes, I believe this is like obviously like they're using corps here, and it looks like it's like the Austria campaign sort of corps, looking at their uniforms. So it should be really cool to see how this one goes down, that is for sure. I'm not exactly sure which Austrian armies are being used, but I imagine similar campaign ones to 1809. Yes, if you're obviously wanting to send in your own NTW3 own NTW3 battles, then feel free to do so. Join the Discord, the link's down below in the description, and that is the best way to send in your replays and get them featured on the channel. And I'm always happy to have more replays, whether it's NTW3, 1212, Dawn Lost Days, whatever. Feel free to send it in, and I will get around to covering it, that is for sure. But we have a big Austrian battery here about to open up. There you go, glorious shots going off. I also remembered to change the music up. I always forget to do that, but this time I remembered. Someone made comment of that in the last video, and yeah, I made sure to turn it up to 256. So we should hit all the musket volleys now. We shouldn't have any silent muskets. And also, I'd just like to thank everyone for all the support in the last historical Battle of Caldero. It was got an amazing like amount of views and likes and stuff like that, and comments. And yeah, just keep it up, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you, like I said, if you're enjoying the content, I'll try and keep it up with the same energy and the same sort of action-packed battles. But this one certainly should be action-packed, that is for sure. More Austrian cannons going off. It's like both sides just feeling each other out with their artillery, seeing who's got the superior artillery here. We have some 6-pounders setting up for the French. They've got a lot of 6-pounders here. Long lines of French infantry as well, and there's plenty of it. A lot of it can't, I don't know, it seems 50-50 on what can form a square and what can't. There are some grenadiers here. Ah, yes. Grenadiers. One of my favourite looking units. I kind of just really like the red shako that the grenadiers have. These look glorious. But the French always do know how to look good. They know how to scrub up well. More line infantry over here. Yeah, neither side really pushing forward. I mean, the main objective, I guess, is to try and take Znaim for the French, and probably just to try and wipe out the Austrians. And the Austrians are to just stop the French. Pretty simple stuff, really. That map looks like there's going to be a few villages fought over. Zuckerhand here and Kleintelwitz. And a few here as well before they get onto Znaim. I also presume that's how you pronounce it. I may be pronouncing it entirely wrong. But we'll never know. Carabineers here getting focused on by artillery. Yeah, getting pounded, these guys are. And here we go. Cavalry coming forward. They're going to rush forward here. And they're getting scared off by the infantry. Infantry volleys are too goddamn much. They did put a lot of volleys into these guys. I think they were rushing for the guns. Really good volley there from the French, trying to scare off these cavalry, and they actually inflicted a decent amount of casualties. But the cavalry survives, and these Uhlans will come again, I'm sure. There's artillery all the way over here. Could these chasseurs maybe go and get them? I don't know. Maybe. Might be worth a try. There's actually a lot of Austrian artillery over here. We've got like a gun emplacement here. There's another gun emplacement here. There's like 9 guns facing the French here. Incredible amount of artillery. The Austrian infantry is not that great, but their cavalry is pretty good. That's kind of like the balancing act. Also, like the Austrians can just bring a lot of infantry usually. But the French have also brought plenty, so who's to know? I mean, I've always
this building has fallen to the enemy.
I always say the Austrian infantry is never that great because it seems to just mash out on multiple occasions. It also can't form square, so it's usually like has a lack of protection from cavalry, which the French infantry usually has more of, but recently has changed. There's still been plenty of mash outs. This building over here you can't see now on the map, but has been taken by the enemy, or the Austrians, we should say. So the Austrians are in their buildings now, and they are ready. There's a Guard of Hesse here. Got some like German allies supporting. These should be pretty good, I imagine. They're guardsmen. Got just lots of line infantry here. These guys can't even form square though. That's a problem. A lot of these guys actually cannot form square. We've got chasseurs here of Baden. They look pretty cool. We have a cavalry charge going on. I can hear it. Where is it? Oh yeah, over here. Back over on this side. So we have the French going in. Chasseurs here breaking as they try and take on these infantry. And it also looks like their other Chevalier here of Hesse is going to get broken. We also have more chasseurs coming down off the hill. They have routed the Uhlans before they even got to them. Now they need to go in after the infantry or go for the guns, one or the other. But they are going to be routed. They just kind of like, I don't know, it was a pretty ineffective charge after the cavalry. What is this cavalry here that's just appeared? Looks like a big dragoon unit. That came forward as soon as the Uhlans broke. There's still lots of cavalry up here. Look at this. More chasseurs. These are 104-man units. Got more chasseurs here and chevaliers all coming out of the woods. And the French are on the march as well. We have grenadiers. We have guard like Hesse with Laguerre all marching down this road. Sappers here as well. Got some very scary men now being sent up. And these units you imagine are going to get used to try and take this village off the Austrians. And if they can do that, they can take this village here, they can kind of just spear in between the Austrians. And they've got a straight line of assault towards Znaim. But yeah, the French also going to try and flank the Austrians here. They're going to try and hit them hard. And we've got more chasseurs coming in. These are just a provisional corps though. They're not as... more reserve units, I believe, a provisional unit is. Also making a very strange formation here. They need to just reform and try again. Yeah, it seems like a general all-out assault has been called by the French. Across the front. Oh, we've got more grenadiers here. These guys got more like fluffy hats. More bearskin hats going on. They do look glorious. Here we go, the Austrians open fire and the first musket shots have been fired off. Got German infantry here. The Austrian army is very much a multicultural army made up of various different nations. Russians, Austrians, Hungarians, certainly not Russians. I mean, there were Russian armies fighting alongside the Austrians, but not with them. And they're already like that. They took this building. Wow. They took this building already, have the French. That is incredibly quick. We got a French cavalry unit coming in behind here. Look at this, a little chasseur unit descending. And this is going to assault, by the looks of it, those guns. If we can take out those guns, that's a big win. We had the French pushing forward, and we also got cavalry coming in here trying to deal with, looks like the infantry there. But yeah, the cavalry over here should take out the guns. Here it comes. In they go, slashing and hacking at the artillery crew, routing them. They don't care if they break after this, I imagine. They just want to take out the artillery crew. This is a big win here for the French. You can see now the Austrians forming square around it. They're prepared. They're protected from the cavalry. Square is how you stop yourself from being charged by cavalry. And there you go, they broke the cavalry very easily. Yeah, big worries already for the Austrians. Oh, we got a big charge here from the Carabiniers. Already elite cavalry being sent in. This heavy cav routing infantry. Morale is looking low, though. It should return in a minute. We also have another building being taken by the French. The French have actually taken this building all the way up here now. We have one of Massena's corps up here has now managed to take this. Very little like fighting actually taking place for these two buildings here, but the Carabiniers, they carry on, still routing units here. They've routed 2 infantry units, and the French push on with their infantry. Prepare to fire! Glorious, love the smell and sound of musket fire in the morning. Are they in this building as well? Oh, they send grenadiers into this building. They're going to try and kick the Austrians out of this building here. Looks like it's just a basic German infantry unit. But if the French can take this building and put grenadiers in here, this is going to be just like a firing platform for the French. Just fire on all the Austrian units around them, and the Austrians will be forced to retreat. And just like that, the Austrians will have lost 3 villages in about 3 minutes. Prepare to fire, men! Vive l'Empereur! They're still battling hard in there for that building. Seems like the musket fire is also still going on in this village and around the village as well. In the forest here. And we also have a tiny little infantry. There's a tiny little infantry unit here that is actually trying to assault these guns, I feel, but it's been hit hard by artillery. And there is now infantry for it to duel. So this unit is in a little bit of a tough position. But I mean, this artillery has a prime position and just firing onto the French advance here. I mean, maybe it's a little bit obscure, like the shots will bounce. But if it fires like the further units down there, it should be okay. Got some Carabiniers here, leg air units, a really elite light infantry unit. It kind of acts almost like a Grenadier unit. Grenadier of the lights, like how I describe it. It's a really cool unit. Got some bear skins there in the fight here. I imagine they're very, very elite. We've got Carabiniers again charging in here. These are mounted Carabiniers this time. These are almost like... These guys look like Grenadiers on horses, but there is actually a Grenadier unit that does actually use horses. We have a line infantry being broken here, though, by the French. They are taking some losses now. As expected, this is a costly assault here. The French also now pushing on here. We've got some line infantry charging in. Oh, taking brutal volleys here. The line infantry just breaking that assault. We then got a second unit that's going to back that unit up. But now you can see the Austrian armies reveal themselves. We have infantry rushing the guns here. And these guys, I imagine, will be routed these guns. And we now got cavalry about a counter charge here. And these guys can run into the infantry. Actually, they did not charge the infantry. I was kind of surprised. They formed square. Can all these other units form square? I do not know. But it's already getting really hectic over here. The Austrian army is starting to reveal themselves, and more French units being drawn into the fight. We've got the Guard of the Hesse here going in, showing their loyalty to the Emperor. ready to fight and die in bayonet.
Our men are running.
Actually, it's not looking that great for them. Yeah, they actually got routed. The Austrians repelling the French here. It also seems as though, I don't know who's actually won this fight. I think, but the Grenadiers are still fighting in it, and they're losing. They're being kicked out of the building. The Austrians, amazingly, have held onto this building. They have managed to take the guns out. I don't know whether this was the cavalry, maybe in the provisional chasseurs of this. We also have carabiniers up here. So it looks like there's a big cavalry fight being prepared over here. We have some dragoons of Austria ready. But it seems as though the French have won this left-hand flank. The village is still being contested for, but it looks like the French are pouring in infantry now. We have line infantry in here. But it now seems like the line battle is being fought over here, and you can see the huge line fights are starting to take place here. We've got Hessian Fusiliers of the guard. They're getting ready. Firemen! These guys will be part of the new Confederation of the Rhine. We also have a French army up here that's descending as well. You've got to remember this Massena's corps here that's helping to descend on it. I mean, this Massena's already engaged down here, but he's also got another element up here. We also have a lot of Austrian cav here, I would just mention. A lot of Austrian cav. Got lots of hussars by the looks of it. We've got a general. We've got, looks like some sort of like chevaliers or chasseurs sort of like thing. Or hussar. Like, yeah, a lot of like hussari-like units. Hussari-like units. Very good description, Pope. Lots of cav up there. Lots and lots of cav. So we got what's this unit here? This is a line infantry of Baden here. They also wear bearskin hats. They look like grenadiers, but they're not grenadiers. Another building's been taken. I believe this is going to be this building over here. Yeah, finally, the French state's building is actually a random line infantry unit that did it. And now the French can push on south, push on north here from the south, and they can push on this next building here, which the Austrians will be probably defending this town hall here. And then after that, you're pushing on to Znaim itself, which is here. So the French are certainly making good progress, but it's going to be enough. We have French cav being routed here as they try and assault these Austrian units unsuccessfully. Almost seems like the French are ignoring this, this Austrian army here. And here we go, the cavalry fight has taken place. I was not paying attention, but big cavalry fight here. And as you can see, it looks like it's carabiniers, and they look like an allied cav unit down here as well. Yeah, there's some Baden dragoons here that have been routed. But yeah, they've been overwhelmed by the mass of Austrian cav here. And now the Austrians have the cavalry superiority in this flank here, and this is a real concern because there's no cav here. There's just a lot of infantry that can't form square. That could be deadly for the French army. They've still got some French cav still loitering about. They've still got this big chasseur unit here, and they've still got some cav on the other side, I believe. They've still got more chasseurs and more carabiniers. But it is a risk, that is for sure. It seems certainly that the Austrians have the numbers in cav now. The grenadiers of the Austrians fighting on. Open fire, men! These men are also fighting for an emperor. They're just fighting for the Austrian one. It's called Francis. These look cool. I can't remember what unit this is. I remember it's a like a unit in vanilla. I believe it's the same one. It's like a Archduke Charles like Legion or something like that. I believe is what it is. I may be wrong. There's certainly that unit is in vanilla, but obviously they've redone it. But I imagine that's what it is. Line going to send up after more routes here. Certainly seems like the French are making progress on this side.
Our men are running, sir.
Lots of French are starting to retreat. Or rout. Not even a retreat, it's a rout for some of the French. French still firing. They got their Laguerre over here, trying to do what damage they can. Laguerre, very good line infantry. Has much better accuracy. They'll be the ones that are doing the damage to this line. there's a lot of grenadiers here. These grenadiers are actually doing quite well, it seems.
Our men are running, sir.
Grenadiers also a good way to repel like bayonet charge, but yeah, you can see more infantry breaking. This is Laguerre breaking, in fact. That's a concern. Oh, and what is going on here? What is going on? I'm seeing a French flag with no... this is the artillery, but the artillery is not there. Where is it? Is it this artillery all the way over here? It is. These 12-pounders have moved way up. We have Barden 12-pounders here. Really nice position, by the way. Look at that. Look at this position they have. They can see for miles. That's a glorious position, though. And they have some Barden troops to defend them. Look at their name. Try and pronounce that. They have 2 of them units, and they can both form squads. So I guess that's the units to block the cavalry charges to keep this artillery safe. You can see here, the Austrians are flanking now, and there's only a couple of little units here of French. It looks like it's like almost 5 units against 2 here. In the French centre, it's also looking pretty bare. These Fusiliers are also getting outgunned now. It certainly seems like the French powerhouse is on this left-hand flank here, as we're seeing more French routing the Austrians up here. So this is a good sign. Seems as though they're making good progress here, and they're going to try and flank around and descend on the town hall from another direction. We have Grenadiers, the line going in. These guys have been sent in to try and take this building. I don't know what's in here, but I imagine it's fellow Grenadiers. It is not, in fact. It is just some basic German infantry. But Austria's giving ground, even though he doesn't really need to. French, they certainly need to get up more infantry, that is for sure. They have more to send up, that is for sure. And they're certainly shifting more to the centre. This is the French, in my opinion, that need to retreat, and they look like they are now. They are finally giving in. Retreat, men! Artillery screaming over, you can hear it. They're still shelling down here as well with their 12-pounders. Trying to hit those Austrian units directly in front of them. There's another battery over here as well of Austrian artillery. Austrians just seem to have a smaller artillery, but plenty of it. These look like, at most, like 3 to 6-pounders. These guys shelling what they can as well. Looks like they're shelling the French as they retreat. Austrians make some interesting formations as they retreat as well. A 2-man column. A good way to get caught out on a march, that is for sure. Yeah, it seems like the French and the Austrians now are really just dueling around this half of the battlefield. Seems like the right and centre that the French have kind of just given up on. Prepare to fire! Yeah, now dueling across a little river here. Oh, and these artillery pieces as well. The Austrians are setting up artillery everywhere in prime positions. And this artillery, as you can see, can just fire straight into the line infantry ahead of it. I mean, it's also getting shelled, but it looks like they can shell like carabiniers, they can shell infantry. Just a really nice position. Let's wait for a volley. While we wait for a volley, I hope you guys have been enjoying the battle. If you have, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment, show your support, and also feel free as well to hit that notification bell so you know when the next NTW3 battle is out. Oh yeah, right into this infantry unit here. The 37th line infantry unit here is taking an absolute pounding. They're firing canister at that range. You feel they probably could actually. And here we go, we've got Austrian cav rushing down the hill. And they're attacking infantry units that cannot form square here. Here we go. And the Austrian cav here, I mean, there's a lot of Austrian cav here that are actually throwing in. This just seems like a little too much. We do have Chasseur Cheval behind, I guess, trying to support. But yeah, I mean, the sabers just slashing down onto the French infantry, wavering it. Should break soon, you imagine. And there you go, breaking it. I mean, this one's broken. The Austrian cav's kind of rushing on through. I think that there's kind of a little bit of a pull through. This unit has not broken yet, but there you go, has not broken. Maybe it was a bit down to the pull through. Maybe the Carabineers want to counter this, and just try and break 2 units of Austrian cav. And yeah, here they go. They're going to counter charge. They should break at least one of these Austrian cav, maybe both. And here you go. Can they break them both? I don't know, but it seems like the French have managed to take this building. Yeah, the French have taken the town hall here while being watching that. And there you go, they routed both those Austrian cavalry units, and now the French cav can countercharge if they wanted to. The French still battling on amongst the buildings here. Got Hungarian grenadiers moving up, and we have some Austrian dragoons going in here as well. This seems like there's so much Austrian cav still alive. Just like that, Austrian cav has been broken once again. Grenadiers have been broken here, repelled by cavalry and infantry. But the Carabineers are leaving this town hall. It's in here. They have the Guard of Hesse. Fair enough. We've still got Carabineers alive here. They're trying to rout this German infantry unit. They have managed to do so, and they've routed this one as well. And a big break on this side, all caused by that countercharge of the Carabineers and the taking of this town hall, you imagine. Austrian left, well, the French left, the Austrian right is in total disorder. And now is the time for the French to push up and really try and chase down these retreating Austrian troops. We still have Austrian cav, by the way in the back here. Imagine they're hunting for generals or artillery. There's an Austrian general back here. And there's a lot of French infantry waiting though. This is the problem. There's a lot of French infantry now being tied down and just protecting this section from the Austrian cav. Because they can cross anywhere. They don't just have to cross this bridge. They can cross anywhere across this river. So here we go. The French are continuing this assault. And the columns of France move forward. It does look glorious every time. Oh, this mod is beautiful. It really is. We're about to see a charge from the Chasseurs. This is a big 104-man unit, and it's going to ride on in here. Going after Grenadiers. These guys can't form square. Well, morale is not looking great at all. The Chasseurs actually going to retreat as soon as the cavalry of the Austrians counter charges. They do need to be careful though. You need to be careful. Don't want to throw away their cav that they have left French. They need to keep it alive. The Austrians are vastly more. And it looks glorious. Yeah, they're now defending the town of Znaim. They're now in its streets. Their artillery is setting up. They have cavalry back here. What have we got here? This is just like some goons. Got a general back here. There's a whole train of retreating troops. Got some Grenadiers that are going to defend this bridge here. That's a good idea. And we have Austrian cavalry striking, and it's taking out artillery here. We've got 6 pounders being taken out. And there you go. The Austrian cavalry has already made its first kill on this flank here, on this big, audacious flank it's been doing. It seems as though they're going to retreat the remains of their cav, which is mainly the chasseurs here, and these carabineers, and they're going to be given the job of trying to deal with that cavalry by the looks of it. We've got Mamot here. Rallying his troops, here's Mamot. We've got the artillery here as well, preparing to fire. They actually can't really see the infantry ahead of them. Those shots are certainly going to bounce into the ground, I imagine. Hell, this fire. Try again. Nope. Third time lucky. Nope. It's quite funny. It's just because they're getting shot. Like the units getting shot so they don't fire? I don't know. Try again. Okay, we'll leave them to it. There it is, the lines. We've got the chasseurs here. Hopefully they're able to fire their guns off more effectively than that artillery can. Oh, they did just fire that, I think. You managed on like the 5th or 6th attempt. Congrats. Yeah, they just bounced into the ground there. They need to get a clear line of sight. Yeah, the cavalry out here, I mean, this is just the dragoon unit, but this could just throw in the right flank as well. There's not enough cavalry here. Oh, here we go. Big rush by the chasseurs. We have a general dead as well. Enemy general dead. Oh, they took out an Austrian general all the way back here. That's a brutal, brutal shot. I mean, there's two generals just gathered together. That's asking to be shot at. I mean, if you put your general in the line of fire, he is allowed to be shot at. Grenz is here getting charged, by the way, by the chasseurs. Chasseurs have been repelled, and that's a big loss for the French. It's one of the last remaining cav units. Seems as though that the French are just going to try and break through with sheer musket power. I don't know if that'll work. I mean, they should get some columns up here, and they should try and assault where the guns are. Because the guns can't fire quick enough to like take them all out. Got a little fusilier of the guard here. This guy's going to go in. Charge for the guns, boys! Oh, they get stopped immediately by the German infantry. What a futile charge. Here we go, the French set up. Like I said, they're just going to try and break through with sheer willpower and firepower. No cavalry going to be used. The Austrian cav over here routing 3 units. I was wondering what that was up to. There was a little flanking force here of French, and they've all been routed. None of them performed square as well. That's a bit silly to send them all off on their own. Unsupported, without any units to conform square. But I guess maybe the French are running out of units to conform square. It seemed like it a bit. All their units here are... This Grenadier unit here is still very healthy. 111 men. This conforms square. These guys might be very key when it comes to the deciding factor who is going to win this one.
Our men are running, sir.
There you go, the French retreat again. The French retreat, they're withdrawing. It looks like they're going to re-rally. The Austrians hold a really good position. They hold the high ground. And if you've watched Star Wars, you know the high ground is the best place to hold. Brutal shot there onto the like barred and line infantry. Hopefully most of them get up. But like that just carved through the unit. Brutal. Got cavalry here setting up. Looks like the dragoons might be about to come for a charge. That big horde of Austrian cav, by the way, has returned. It's actually back now behind Austrian lines. It's going to just do another circle around. We also have Austrian cav here. This is a Dragoon as well. Whether that's just killing routing troops, I don't know, and hunting for generals or just weak units you can kill without like a can't form square. There's still a Carabinier unit here for the French. It is their only hope when it comes to cavalry. But it seems that the Austrians are actually quite happy to retreat. They're just going to retreat behind their guns. And just let the guns do the pounding, pound this infantry. And they're just literally firing downrange these artillery pieces. Downrange. They can't miss. And each shot is like taking out like 10 or so men. It's brutal. Come on, man, reload. There's Frenchies to kill. There's two guys now ramming a pole down this gun here. How long is it going to take to fire this gun? Look, there's like two guys on that gun. What are they doing? Madmen. They're going to turn their artillery piece. They're going to try and hit this. Oh, I thought they might hit it. They're actually going to retreat. And we've got the Hessian troops arriving to take the gun in place. But if they can manage it, the French need to push up with more infantry. Because you have the Hessian troops break like that. The artillery, you imagine, will just get straight back on the guns and carry on like nothing was happening. Here we go, the French are returning. They just let their troops rally a bit. They got their artillery set back up. But these 6-pounders actually now looks like set up with an angle to fire at. Yeah, these guys can now hit the infantry ahead of them if they wanted to. So they need to really, they need to like turn it a little bit, just fire down this line, break as many of these guys as possible. Or just shoot this building. If they kill this building, it might just break and kill a bunch of these troops. Either one is probably effective. They have destroyed a few buildings here today, but yeah, I don't know what they're firing at all. I mean, they killed a general. They've killed an Austrian general. The morale must be pretty low. Oh, Cav coming in. Austrian Cav coming in, and they are going to hit a lot of these units. Yeah, they can't form square. These French are just easy pickings. And we've got the Carabiniers joining the fight. It's the last hurrah of French Cav. I don't think they can stop all this Austrian cav. They've broken one though. Light infantry break in. Yeah, a lot. The Carabiniers are broken. And 2 more units of light infantry break. And it looks like a third one will in a moment. These Hessian, oh, these Baden troops, sorry, are forming square. This unit actually got saved. Or not saved, spared, I should say. But there you go. Austria now has all the cav. This is going to be a problem for the French. The French have a lot of units that can't form square, and they are going, and they are now. Oh, we've got a general that's charging down this hill. I presume this is the bodyguard without the general. Yeah, he's just charged in and broke him. If that is actually a general, that is a big waste. But I think it's just a general's bodyguard without the general, since he got sniped. Got artillery crew right up here for some bizarre reason. Why they're not back on their guns, I'm not sure. But I'm sure the French will quite happily shoot them. But yeah, there you go. They'll happily kill like artillery crew. That's no worry for them. You need to get these 12-pounders. Oh boy, get them in action. Get them into play. There's still plenty of like Grenzes and stuff like over here that need to just turn. There's no French troops over here anymore. Austrian cav though just loitering, waiting for the kill. This is a very, very close fight now. Austrians being broken here. That's definitely got something to do with this artillery just pounding into the Austrian flank. As they should be. I can hear like fighting going on, but I have a feeling that's just a mistake. There's no fighting going on anymore. Once these French artillery pieces get working, These 12-pounders there, routing units over there. You can see routed another Austrian unit here. These guys also low on morale, breaking in fact just like that. You're going to start to maybe see a shift in a little bit of power in favor of the French, but I don't know. It's hard to say. The Austrians may have endless reserves. It seems like they do actually have quite a lot. A lot of reserves back here, a lot of German infantry. Patiently waiting to go forward. War over here as well. These are all grenadiers as well. We've got 3 units of grenadiers. Looks like they're just hiding a lot of their units in the buildings now. Now that this artillery's been brought up. Yeah, more infantry breaking here. But Austria is still looking strong. They still got their cav as well. There you go, the Austrians in retreat. It seems like they've finally given up on this position. They don't like where the artillery is, I think. I think it's these 6-pounders and these 12-pounders. It's just like, yeah, this is not for us. The general out here, this looks like a different general. He's broken. Or was it the same general bodyguard? I don't know. There was certainly, I feel like, a general bodyguard that charged down the hill. Unless it was a tiny little cavalry unit, but I can't imagine it was.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
The Austrians now have occupied the building. I believe it's going to be one of these over here, you imagine. Oh, it's that one. There's farmhouse right at the back here. Who do you think they put in? Maybe generals. I have a feeling they put some generals in here and that'll be it. I can't see any men. So I guess the general bodyguard got stuck in there. There's still got a general here that's alive. So I mean, Austrians have still got some morale. They've still got cav, more concerningly. But the French, they are slowly slogging their way up this hill. Like, my gosh, it's been a hard fight. Maybe early game, the French wasted a little bit too much cav. Like, they probably knew that the Austrians have more cav. I can hear cavalry charging again. We've got Austrian cav coming in here. You can see that the French are prepared. They're forming squares. They got their lines set up. Here we go. What they're going to go for. Oh. Going for La Guerre here. A very bizarre charge. Here we go. More cavalry coming in. French, in fact, are going to charge the cavalry. But here we go. French infantry getting hit hard. They may break up. It doesn't look like it. The Austrian cav here low in morale by the looks of it. They need to get the Austrian infantry back in the fight. They need to start shooting units, and then the Austrian cav can come in. And the Austrian cav will, like, one cav unit here has been lost for Austria. You need to be careful. Don't want to be wasteful. Austrian grenadiers now being sent in to help. These guys should do pretty well, you imagine. And they are, Like, if they get charged, oh, they need to be careful. When you're moving a unit like this through another unit, it's careful you don't do friendly fire. It can be very, very painful. Do a lot of damage to your units. Oh, we got infantry fighting down here. Sappers going in, routing Austrian infantry here. These sappers nearly out of men. There's only 18 of them left. They're going to continue to charge into more men. They look really scary with their big aprons on. And we've got grenadiers now charging them. They'll probably break everything. They just got sent up here by the French. Yep. Looks like the sappers and the infantry both breaking. And now we're seeing even more infantry being poured in. And it's turning into a melee fight. Austrian grenadiers being absolutely descended upon by infantry here. This is a really bold move, and it actually looks like it's going to cost the French 3 infantry units here, maybe a 4th, yeah. Massive problems there for the French. Also got grenadiers here charging down the hill. Routing more infantry. We've got light infantry now being sent up. It now seems like a do or die for the French. And it seems like they're dying a lot more than they are doing. They need to send up all the rest of the remaining lines, trying to just break through. They had like just a shred of a bit of cavalry they could have flanked in hard here. Marmot's still here alive. Don't know where Massena is. If he's even here. Oh no, there he is. Taking some hits. The infantry's still fighting on down here. Looks like the light infantry will lose this fight unless they get a morale boost here from Marmot. Got Baden infantry going in, making the charge into the flank of the grenadiers. French infantry now getting towards the outskirts of Znaim. Whether they'll actually get in, who knows? They actually are. Actually, they are in. They've got grenadiers to the line. 18 grenadiers to the line alive. My gosh. This unit's just beaten. Some light infantry of Baden here as well. But there you go. Grenadiers have routed. Marmot's now having to make a hasty retreat. Might want to send up his grenadiers here. It's 106 grenadiers. On this flank, it seems as though the French have been pushed back. But on the other side, it seems like they are making some sort of headway. There's just so many grenadiers waiting for them. It's 18 grenadiers, the French being routed by, well, it looks like 100 grenadiers. I don't know, it seems as though the French are kind of just running out of ideas now. They're also running out of troops, more importantly. The gas still firing from here, just trying to, do some damage. You need to take out officers, boys. Some good volleys off. Try and weaken these units. I'm surprised the Austrians are in range. I mean, I guess they're at the edge of their range, maybe from there. Taking a lot of casualties. My God, has this fight been bloody, though. For the line infantry here at Baden. These French here just waiting patiently. I mean, they also can see the cav just ready to flank them. They need to be careful of this. This cav here just waiting like sharks, looking for the right opportunity. It seems as though the battle is slowing down a little bit. We'll just fast forward. Because it seems like the French and the Austrians just quite happy just to stand and just have a bit of a standoff now. I just feel like we can just fast forward if there's not going to do anything. It looks like the French may be making some moves now. Maybe finally going to march forward. Here we go. Baden troops being sent in. No doubt about their loyalty now. These Germans here. They've been fighting hard. They've done a really good job. Turn about. Volley. Oh, that's a terrible volley. The officer firing his little revolver at least. This grenadier's waiting. It's looking hit. I mean, it's just allowing themselves to get shot. Austrians also look like they're retreating deeper into the village now, into the town. With what remains of their grenadiers, trying to keep them alive. Don't want them to get these pressured grenadiers to get hit. Makes sense. But yeah, we'll just fast forward now because it seems as though not much is exactly going on. It's not exactly a high octane stuff at the moment. It seems like both sides being very cautious. Neither side wanting to give away any advantage or any additional troops. Now both sides realize how dangerous it is. I think the French more so realize how much they've kind of not thrown the game, but they've thrown away a lot of troops in like in sort of futile charges, really. Some of them futile, certainly up this hill. A lot of troops now being tied down here because they cannot move up, and they probably should move up. Light infantry here. If these guys can charge and column, they can probably rout this unit here. It's on red morale. And they're actually going to charge down themselves. Here we go. The French going in. If they break this unit, this is a big win. We now got light infantry going in here. I thought this was the grenadiers. Well, it might be as well, actually. Yeah, we do have grenadiers in here as well. And this is a fight against the very same grenadiers of Austria. The French have in fact routed the Austrians here, but we are seeing grenadiers now come down the hill. They're also still bringing down more buildings here. It looks like they're killing a lot of their own troops. Actually, they routed an Austrian doing that. Routed an Austrian unit bringing down a whole building. Routed more French infantry. A lot of French infantry being pulled in here. Light infantry breaking grenadiers, not looking great. Morale, it's a rough one. We've got Massena charging in personally, leading the line. Trying to see if we can change the outcome. If we can win this fight here, some really good units that can be freed up for the French. The French, they just need to keep sending forward what they have remaining here. If they get it inside, then they might stand a chance. But there you go, a general's been killed. I imagine that it's Massena himself has been killed. Yep, Massena has fallen, and that is the death of his army as well. His troops lose heart at seeing their general dead, and they run from the field. Now it's down to this Massena's corner over here. We have Marmont as well, still alive, just about. So we're about to see the Austrian cav here descend on the artillery. Actually, the artillery's turned around and is shooting the Austrian cav. Get more oh, that was a brutal volley there, actually. They got about 8 or so cavalry, and they actually defeated this cavalry unit. Really, really well done there by the French artillery. Holding its own. Did a really good job there. Got French artillery getting point-blank range at 12 pound here. Get nice up close. Here we go. The French, they're still flanking. This battle goes on and on. It's certainly going to be one of the longer ones. Here we go. mean, they've broken the French left, but I mean, looks like some of it is re-rallying, or this is just fresh troops coming up, I think. I think this is the final, like, sort of wave that they may have here. This artillery piece back here, the 6-pounder is cleared. Oh, that's brutal. Another building comes down. They're just trying to kill units by dropping buildings on them. It's not a bad idea at this point in the game. It's an effective way to kill multiple units. But yeah, it's just clearing a line of sight to hit stuff. I think it also hit a general. They may have hit a general, one of the cannibals as it flew through. They also still have cavalry here. They still have like hussar units here. This looks like a big hussar unit. Get this around the flank. Looks like some French infantry returning. Looks like they're bringing up units. These great, yeah, 74 grenadiers the line. These guys are going to be needed now. Like, any French units that are, like, and the Guard of Hesse, like, get the guys up there in buildings now. Like, there's no excuse. You're going to need every man you can get. So, yeah, really well done here by Maman. Bringing up these units. I always, unless the building's being contested, I always take the units out of there because you never know when you're going to need them. And that grenadier unit could be huge. Like, the French certainly need more grenadiers. They need more guns. Straight up. Laguerre still firing volleys in here. They're going to break this German infantry unit. The officer, Valiant, still firing. Oh, he's dead. He falls. Fired his shot off him one last time in defiance. With French infantry over here. They've broken the Germans. It does seem now that they're making some progress, are the French. We have cavalry rushing down the hill here, trying to rout some more French units. They may achieve that. They look like they're going to rout at least one, maybe two. They look glorious, though, these Austrian cav. Really, really pretty unit. Yeah, they're actually about to break. Morale, well, I say that. Morale did not look good, but they are getting shot in the back, actually. Yeah, they will break. This Baden line infantry is taking pot shots. That's actually a general unit there as well. So there you go. That is a general being killed there of the Austrians. A really, really big win there for the French. Who now look like they've just about taken the town. It looks like there's just the one building to take. And all of a sudden, yeah, it's grenadiers as well. All of a sudden, even though it looked like the French may lose it, I didn't say they were going to lose it, but it looked like they may lose it. Like the Austrians held them at a standstill. But I think maybe a poor use of the Austrian cav at the end may have been a bit costly. I think like they had a lot of cav at the end, and they just in the end just did not capitalize and use it properly. I think we're about to see maybe those grenadiers get used. 74 grenadiers get sent in to try and take this building out. We've got Bard and line infantry going in. They've routed it just like that. Wow. Just like that, they routed the Austrians. And I think, looking at the map, that is maybe the last unit. Or maybe not. There just looks like there's a unit here. Somewhere here. There's a unit around here somewhere. There you go. They're taking the building. There's something around there that's still fighting. But anyway, we'll just fast forward because there's nothing going on, and we'll just see what the end results are going to be. Maybe it's just this grenadier unit is not fully routed. I don't know. Or maybe it's going to return. Who knows? But yeah, the battle is over. The battle is Znaim. It seems as though the French are going to have victory. They've taken many more losses than they did in history, but they have probably inflicted a whole lot more than they did in history as well. So really well done. Oh, it's in here. There's a general just cheekily hiding in this building. Well done to the French player here, finding it with his grenadiers. These guys are going to get the dirty job of taking them out. It's a cheeky little place to hide it.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest
Yeah, they
awhile.
just sent in all the infantry they could to try and take out this general. It looks like he's also just getting shot at in the flank. I don't know. They're doing what damage they need to do, but yeah. How many units are in here? Actually, that's a good point. You could potentially hide a whole unit in there. But there you go. But there you go. That was the battle. This is looks like from Johnny the Buffoon's perspective. Really, really good battle. The French and the Austrians fought really hard. All of the armies. Actually, no. One of the French armies did not. But all the other armies got over 1,000 kills. So yeah, well done to all of the players. We've got some really good players here. We've got Nomadic, Johnny, G, and Sniper playing as the French. All bringing some pretty big cores here, like over 2,000 French. Really, really big. I mean, G only brought 1,200. So I imagine maybe he had... yeah, well, he obviously had the smallest core, so no one really got the smallest amount of kills. Actually, Don had a pretty small army. Maybe he was just fully cav. I don't know. But yeah, we got Maxim, Don, Clarky Boy, and Richard. They were playing as the Austrians, all doing a really good job as well. Playing various different cores there: Liechtenstein, Bellegarde, and Hohenzollern. But yeah, really, really good kills. We'll quickly have a look at some of the unit stats. We got a infantry unit getting 114, and actually that is it. Nothing really getting like insane kills for Johnny today. So it seems as though, yeah, seems as though I don't know where he got his kills from. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you in the next one.